be 6 feet away from somebody you're cooking on the line with?
I don't know.
No.
You can't.
I don't have a 6-foot line. My name is Randy Rucker. I am the chef owner here at River Twice here in South Philly. Ultimately, we're trying to stay up to date and do the best we can with the everyday implications of the COVID crisis. We made it a very prominent point when we decided to do this in Philadelphia. One, we wanted to provide a place that, yes, we're happy with the food and the service we're doing. You know, we're showcasing the Delaware River Valley the best way we know how to be known for our company culture and the way we treat our employees. Looking at it from a business standpoint, you know, with a 7 to 10, 11% margins of profitability is kind of laughable in an entrepreneurial world or spirit, but passion kind of drives what we do on a daily basis. Unfortunately, that can blind a lot of us too. No, it's true. I mean, any kind of help or aid that the government can provide restaurants or organizations or establishments that are trying to follow the rules, doing the best thing for public health, some money to buy products so we don't have to pass it on to the guest. But as a small business, right now I'm not only scared, but at the same time, it's also new. So I kind of find solace in the fact that at least every other restaurateur / chef, cook, dishwasher, server, somm, we're all in the same boat. We don't know what tomorrow brings. I think we all realized when this happened how fucked up the restaurant industry was. There was millions of people out of work just like that who had no nest egg. And servers, my heart goes out to them too. I don't know that them coming back to what it was will be what it was. You know what I mean? I've talked to a lot of chefs and restaurants and in general, like making that push to where cooks are running the food, you know what I mean? And doing more of that, which is scary for all servers too, you know what I mean? But no one really has a real answer to the true problem at hand. And no one really fucking knows the true problem. You know what I mean? No one really knows the answer or the problem itself or what we can and can't do. And I agree, no one's telling us. There's not like one figure telling us what we can and can't do. And that's scary. Well, if a powerhouse like, you know, Daniel and EMP are rethinking the whole thing too, like that goes to show you that, you know, there's certain people in this industry that lead by example, and I think Daniel's always been one of those cats, and whatever they choose to do, people will admire anyway, you know what I mean? But he has to do what's best for his staff and his company and his business and his family. That's what everyone has to do. But right now, opening up a restaurant that's all about, you know, glitz and glamour and 17 courses may not be the answer. You know what I mean? Just may not be the answer right now. So if he can use his skills, his knowledge, his organization to do good in the world, giddy up, man. I think it's fantastic. My hat goes off to him. You know, we are a 30, 32-seat restaurant with counter seating. We're an intimate restaurant. We're banking on the intimacy from our guests. I personally have no interest in opening my dining room to, you know, 25%, 50%, not being able to shake the hands of my guests, not being able to give them a hug. You know, that's just, it's crazy. It's so inhospitable. So I get that. Like I get people not wanting to open up. You know, my hat goes off to the to Dom and the team at Hearthside in Collingswood, they kind of came to that, conclusion that, hey, we're going to take this next month off and give some time. And when we open back up, we'll be there with open arms. But until then, whatever we would do wouldn't be us. Ultimately, I think that we all agree that the fact that the restaurant business as a whole was a little broken to begin with. I miss that interaction with guests. I miss that holy shit moment when it goes off in their head. Or, we used to do the Robuchon potatoes with sea lettuce and shio-koji butter and a fucking humongous thing of caviar. They're like $45 side of mashed potatoes, but people would get after it. Like you would see like guests here sharing it with the person next to them. Like, you've got to fucking taste this. I miss that. I do, I miss that. And I miss people coming in, I miss our neighbors, coming in knowing that I love, white Burgundy, or I'm a big fan of Rieslings, or the certain kind of beer the sous chef likes, and they bring it when they come in, or when another cook comes in, or chef, and they bring, treats for the kitchen. Like, I miss that shit, you know what I mean? Because we bust our fucking ass every day in, day out, and those little things are what makes it worthwhile. We employ a lot of people across the country, from stewards, dishwashers, to butchers, to chefs, to fucking admin, to servers, to psalms, to beer people, to beverage directors, to director of operations, to human resources. There's a lot more to it than just that bowl of chili that you may think is coming to you. Do you know what I mean? This is livelihood for people, and people have worked their ass off to get to this certain point. The farmers, the guy who's driving the truck for the farmer, people who are packing the farm, you know what I mean? The guys, the fishermen, there's still fish fucking out there. You come to this country with little or nothing, up until this point, the restaurants were kind of one of those things you went to, you know what I mean? And I think it's great, you know what I mean? I think it's fucking great. Like, I've always, I don't care where you came from, where you work for, if you want or you're passionate to, or you're willing to learn and willing to put the work in, fucking sign up, put an apron on, let's get it. He was saying, restaurants, it's not the most important thing right now, and it's really weird to say that, but it's true. I don't know that opening up is the most important. Yeah, I have bills to pay and I have staff to take care of, but if we open up today and we have to close back down 3 weeks from now, that's going to be the true catastrophic event. One time we can all pull together and get through it. 2 times, I don't see how it comes back. Not only from a financial standpoint, but from the general public. You know what I mean? Right now in Philadelphia, you can go out and eat, outdoor dining, but no one's out there with a meter stick. You don't know. You just don't know. Real dangerous. But going back to like what you asked, like, what do I want to see? I want to open my restaurant again. I want to give high fives to my guests. I want people to like, oh, I love this song, or like, hey, this was like, Camden '97, or, like and I miss that aspect of the guy in the corner being like, oh, is this the Allman Brothers band? And throwing his hand up and giving me a thumbs up while I'm cooking. These are the things I miss here. Do I love to cook? Yes, but it's the guest and customer interaction. It's that immediate like, holy shit, what is this? This is amazing, or hey, I've never had potatoes this good, or wow, what'd you do to this fish that made it this? Because therein lies the conversation that people enjoy. I think the guests like to talk about it, and I like to talk about it, and it creates a situation. Otherwise, it's just food to go. You know what I mean? After all the all this stuff going on in the cultural situation, the civil unrest, hopefully, like I said, with that and the fucking pandemic, we have a lot to evaluate. And let's hope we come out on the right side on the other end. Because if we don't, we did all this shit for nothing, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? It's terrible. they used to throw quarters at me. This is like, I used to get like cardboard, because like back then, like there was only bottles you'd have for your beers. Like that hard cardboard, they'd fold it out. And like they had Nemesis like on the jukebox for some weird reason, that country ass fucking place. And I'd break dance and I'd spin around. I had like parachute pants on, I had everything. And all the guys, all the cowboys, like, oh, cool, go ahead, little Rucker. And they'd flick quarters at me, and I was like, I did.
That's incredible.
Incredible. Oh. So when we were younger, when my mother and myself, my brother was power trio, no father-in-law. So we would make feasts, and it'd be like a thing. It's like my first like real family style memory.
Right.
And it was like she'd come home from work, we'd be at either baseball practice or football practice or something. And she'd come in and there was saltines, Vienna sausage, sweet pickle relish that she made her own pickle, but she'd chop them up. It was like really, she's chopping the pickles up. That was a thing. Vienna sausage, you take mayonnaise and yellow French mustard and mix it.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Delicious.
Like cocktail onions, like you use for like a Tom Collins or something.
Okay.
Those are going on the plate. Like some raisins, you know what I mean? So,
right. Real sport.
Oh, just like so, it was so gross.
Yeah.
And
That
garbage.
sounds delicious.
But it was it's the first memory I had of like sitting down with my family. And I remember to this day getting excited about it. And a feast, yes.
Right.
Like, oh, who's it with a feast today? So it was like maybe like a 2-canner. We had a 2-canner of Vienna sausage. Just a big feast, you know what I mean? Yeah, fuck, dude. It's crazy. It really is. But it was crazy before. You know what I mean? Like that's
our life.
Yeah, I think we're all glutton for kind of punishment to begin with. You know what I mean? Like we kind of like to be beat down. We kind of like to get our our shit kicked out of us during service because we like to puff up afterwards. Oh, we did it. We got through it. But then you're going to show up tomorrow and do it all again? I love that. It's what we do. And that'll never change. Long as people are willing to pay for it and come back and enjoy it.
Well,
We just got to take it slow, man.
this is a different kind of punishment, though.
It is. It's unprecedented, and it's never been done before, so no one knows how to fucking react. You just got to pray that everyone does it the right way and does the responsible thing for other people. That's me in a nutshell. Yeah, that shit's real. Oh, fancy Randy's out of he gone.